So welcome to Challenge the Road. We're here in Richmond at JLR, one of their premier centres. We're going to have this on loan for about a week, go through all the bits on this and use this new app. But importantly, I've got a meeting with Lee, Head of Security for JLR, and there's some important updates I've been discussing with him. I'd like to go through that with you. So hi Lee.
Hi Richard,
from Challenge the Road. So yeah, we just wanted to go through your Head of Security, and I had some questions for you about the enhancement 2018 and 22 first. And you've had some really good, discussions with me earlier, and I really wanted to talk about the keys. You said there's quite an interesting point that all the cars have got the wideband technology in that, so they're sort of 50% secured, but some of them had this key cloning.
So I guess talking about ultra wideband, I'm one of a team of guys working on and girls back at the factory working on security. So we make up a broad bunch of people from across the business. So it's great for me to be able to speak to you about it today and really talk about the work that they're all delivering. So I guess we talk about ultra wideband key technology. So that really was our method to counter the relay hack. Predominantly introduced in 2018 and really updated the cars and introduced a whole new type of key technology, and OEMs went after different technologies to solve that relay problem, and some went with sleeping keys and different things. We went with ultra wideband, which actually probably the more complex, more expensive, but delivers the very best in terms of security for our clients, and means that anyone with ultra wideband doesn't need to use a Faraday cage or anything for their keys.
So if I've got a 2018 to 22 model, I've already got that built in.
Absolutely, yeah. So as long as it was within those model lines that were introduced, the easiest way to tell is by looking at the key fob. So we introduced a new fob, so the key fob now significantly more square, slightly bigger, and in comparison to the older fob is the quickest visual way to understand which key technology you're running on your vehicle.
Because I know some of the viewers they might be a 2018 model, but that might still not be quite in.
Yeah, there'll be slight nuances on the introduction point,
yeah.
Absolutely. So it's definitely worth checking.
Just checking. So we'll bring up some images of different keys today for viewers to have a look at and just see which one they've got. I can see this feels, let's say, a bit wider, a bit bigger than the last key I had on my Range Rovers before.
Yeah.
So when they have this enhancement, this is around, so I've got the ultra wideband technology built in anyway.
Yep.
So now I'm coming in to have an enhancement around, is it cloning of the keys? Is that where this secondary security?
I guess that different people will call it different methods, but in essence it's a way of someone being inside a vehicle, so whether they've got in through the vehicle because it's unlocked or been able to unlock the vehicle and then be able to start and drive the vehicle away. And it's countering that our latest security enhancements have done, and what they've done is look to bring the vehicle technology in our older cars up to that same level as our newer cars on our latest electrical architecture.
Okay, so if I maybe only single locked it, then or even left it unlocked, they can get in and start the car, but it's harder once they've had this enhancement. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. So they need a route into the vehicle to be inside. So absolutely, the reminder for everybody is always to ensure that their vehicle is locked when they walk away from it, and ensuring that it's double locked, so the alarm and the deadlocks are deployed as well. The ability then is for a criminal to use a device to then start the car and drive away, and that's what we've countered with this. It's also worth understanding the tooling that they use around these devices, so the tools to try and start the car and drive away. There's legislation going through UK Parliament at the moment in the new criminal justice bill, which will make making, procuring, selling and possessing those tools illegal. That will give some real stronger powers to the police to be able to tackle the criminals if they do recover them in a stolen car and can get the tools as well.
Okay, so a newer model here, this has got obviously all the latest updates. So 2023 onwards you're fine.
Yep.
Say I've got a 2016 car.
Yep.
Is that maybe more secure because it didn't have some of the the tech, or?
Well, so the methods are ever evolving. Our vehicles are really desirable, and it is really organised crime groups that are really trying to derive the value from our vehicles by exporting them out of the country. And they will use different methods, and will try and evolve new methods all the time to get around security of vehicles for us and across other manufacturers as well. What we're doing is really focusing on working with the insurers, letting their data really say sort of where the higher risk cars and higher risk locations are, and that's where we're focusing the campaigns. We're also trying to manage the throughput through great dealers like this to ensure that we can get those, that once we contact clients, we can get those cars through as quickly as possible. As we start to make way and get cars through that system, and we're just over 75,000 updates done now, we then can start pushing new waves of vehicles into that program, and we'll go back as far as we can go back. We know at the minute we can get back to 2018. We've got that team of engineers that I talked about at the start that are absolutely working hard now to understand just how far can we roll that back. Yeah. If we get to a point where we can't roll that back, because electrical architecture develops so quickly, and we're already looking at cars that are out of warranty. Some are 6 and 7 years old. We may reach a point where the electrical architecture doesn't support it. So the engineers are then working, well, what can we do with that electrical architecture, knowing that we know what the methods are. And then also we're really focusing hard now on how do we stay ahead? How do we see any new and emerging theft methods really, really quickly right up front, so that we can be dealing with them. And on the flip side, still have another team of engineers that are constantly working on the future security. How do we keep it secure? How do we stay ahead? And linking in with the groups like Thatcham to make sure that we keep that sort of industry-leading superior status that we've got with them at the moment.
So let's just say I was taking this car today, you would recommend the Fim Approved tracker. I think you said is it the S5?
Yeah, aftermarket stuff is very interesting, because insurers are very different. And insurers will ask for certain specific requirements, and certain will ask that people don't put that on. So I think it's really, really important that our clients, that your viewers really speak to their insurer and understand exactly what are they looking for to get the very best out of their premium. We've got Secure and Secure Pro available here within the vehicle, and all of the features of the remote app. We've done some work with Tracker Retrieve for even older cars.
So is Secure Pro is on this now, so I would just enliven that.
Yeah,
basically, as soon as I had it. Okay,
absolutely. So fine. New cars, it comes with a 12-month subscription. For older cars, as people take ownership, further down the line, they can activate a subscription to that.
Okay. I've been reading a few reports in the last few days, actually, and I'll bring them up, but saying that you are making a big dent in the amount of thefts. And there's a good article I read a couple of days ago, actually, which I put up, but you are having an effect on the thefts now, and I think it is coming down. And also I am seeing that a lot of people are getting these updates done. One thing was, if I have a car that's maybe in the 2018 to 22 and I ask the dealer, can I have the additional enhancement because I've got ultra wideband, but you're only doing that for people that you feel genuinely need it at that time, is that right? And then you would call them up when you feel it's ready to be done?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So we're phasing that in. I mean, I'm a Land Rover customer as well as a Land Rover employee, so I'm really passionate about this being good, because I want my own vehicle to be safe and my own family to be, and that really carries through to the team of people that are absolutely dedicated and are really putting the hours in. And I think it was lovely this weekend to see some of the coverage that really showed we're starting to really have some impact on that and bring those theft numbers down. And we won't stop there. We will keep going. We want thefts of zero. Trying to get to thefts of zero is the holy grail, but that's where we will keep pushing and keep doing the work. In terms of contacting people, we're working with the insurers. We're doing a lot of work with the government at the moment as well. We're working with them to try and understand data for customers that may, some of the cars that we're looking at now that are 6 and 7 years old could be second, third, maybe more owners that have bought outside of our network. We're also using insurers as people are going for insurance, that giving them the ability to speak to us and understand if the cars have had the update, and then prompt a client to get the update done. What that does is helps us keep a level of control to make sure that we can really phase the campaigns through and ensure that clients that go in really get the great experience like you've seen here today, and we can really manage the throughput through our retailers and ensure that we're also waving in, based on insurer risk, the cars through, so we really get the biggest the biggest hit.
So
of
at
those
the
cars.
moment, most of the letters are going to highest risk, and then you just work your way through that way, and that's what you're seeing with 75,000 done.
Yeah, absolutely, and we're regularly adding more cars
Yeah.
to the campaign. So as we get through a wave and we know that numbers are dropping and that space is freeing up in the retailers, we'll then launch the next wave of letters. So we absolutely say for clients to keep an eye out, keep looking for that contact coming, and really ensure that your contact details are up to date with you, and we're aware that you are one of our customers, one of our owners, and that you're within the network.
I think the biggest key for me today is actually the key.
Yes,
to know that can be different, and like if I've got a key that is correct, then that makes a massive difference to me, because I can go, well, I've got sort of maybe 80% done, I feel, because I've stopped the relay attacks already, which I didn't think I really knew before. So it's great to see today, because and I haven't actually seen that mentioned. I've watched a lot of, you imagine how much data, because I can only give facts to people and I don't want to give fiction. So I think that's the biggest takeaway for me today. And then obviously just meeting with you guys as you go further down the line just really helps. Just give people confidence, and like you said, you're a Land Rover owner, you're using it yourselves. We don't want them stolen, we want to get the theft as low as possible, and we don't want to feel vulnerable.
No, absolutely. I think it's right what you said about the key, and the fact that we've really moved on from relay attack in terms of the technology that we've put in and defeated that. It's really important for customers that that ensures that people can't unlock your car. Having a locked car is really important.
And they're the scary videos, because they're at home, they're seeing all these wires and things go up, and then to know that in those 4 years from 18 to 22, most of them cars are pretty safe.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're still putting in significant amounts of work. We've got a whole team dedicated to spotting any new and emerging methods that come. Technology advances so quickly. We are always advancing our security technology, but equally organised criminal gangs that want to derive the value from these cars are also trying to defeat them. So we are very well positioned now, particularly with the work that we're doing with the police. There's a group in our security team that are out on the road with the police as soon as cars are stolen and are recovered. They're out examining them either in recovery yards or police yards to understand, are we seeing anything different? Are we seeing anything new? Has anyone tried any different? And similarly, where we potentially get reports of damage, we're trying to sort of capture those reports and get out and see cars that haven't been stolen, but maybe someone's trying to do something different. Is
there a sweet spot of car? Because obviously, if you look at an older model, it's not as desirable as a newer one, I'm assuming, to people that are exporting it. Is that so? If I had a 14, 15, 16 model Range Rover now, is that low on the list of stolen ones, or?
I guess it's really difficult to say. Different groups are looking for vehicles for different things. So
someone might be looking for parts, and someone might be looking as a whole car abroad.
Exactly. And we don't want any of them stolen. So we're working to protect as many vehicles we can, as far back as we can physically make the technology fit.
Okay. No, that's great. Well, it's been really good to meet you today.
No,
that gives us a lot of, a huge amount of confidence in what you do, and I'm looking forward to using your app and stuff, and then showing that to the viewers. Yeah, enjoy the car, enjoy the security features. It'd be great to hear what you've got to say. Thank you very much. Lee. Cheers. Thank you. Cheers. Thanks a lot.